Welcome back to the Mid-Year YouTube channel. In today's episode, we're doing a project car review on a 67 Corvette Coupe that was for sale on eBay, so be sure to stick around. Alright, so we're here on the eBay page. Unfortunately, I was planning on doing this video earlier in the week whenever the listing was active. It was at like $19,000, and now I came to the listing and it's gone and I had to do some digging. It is a friend of mine that had this car. That's not why I'm doing the video. I'm doing the video because I have a saved search on eBay for 63 to 67 Corvettes, and I look at it a couple times a week to see if any new project cars pop up, and nothing pops up. This is the first actual, like, real mid-year Mitch style project that's popped up. There was a 67 Roadster that was up a couple weeks ago, but that thing went really quick. So let's just jump into this car real quick. You can see from the back end, we've got a 60. For the back end, we've got a 67 Coupe, and it's in primer, at least the cowl back is, and the roof skin is been removed. So we know we have some birdcage work to do. So you can see from this angle where they cut it across the B-pillar through here, that's an okay place to cut it. Personally, I probably would have pulled the body off, but these people were going for the surgical approach. My buddy didn't do the work to this, he got it like this. So they cut the roof off. I don't know if they kept the bonding strips to go on the roof. If not, Dynamic Corvette does make those. So we know we've got some repairs that were being made if they cut the roof skin off. And you can see the floor pan. Unfortunately, this thing was sitting outside. You can see the floor pan has a little bit of rust stains in it, but it was a power window car. It's a 67. You can see right here where they cut off the B-pillar, and I did that on overkill. To patch some of the areas because I didn't want to damage the quarter and mess up the patina. That's a way to do it. Whenever I fixed overkill, I put a little bonding strip underneath the I put a little bonding strip in the corner there to give us a lip, and then I glued it in place, and then you can just fiberglass over the top. The reason I did that was to replace the gutter that's right in this area. You can see it's a brand new gutter corner, and there's some rust up top in here. That was just from them welding it and blending it. I just hate that they pushed it outside. I don't know if they put primer on it or what, but it just rusted through and it makes it look junky. I mean, it's a brand new piece, and it just looks kind of junky. So we can see the hinge pillar here. Oddly enough, they just decided to cut the hinge pillar. I don't know if it was damaged. The fiberglass piece, you can see it's still kind of here. New ones are provided, but that looks like it's in pretty good shape. The firewall must have had some damage when the car was wrecked. It was in a front-end collision. So there's two new plenums for each side on the firewall and a new top piece for the firewall. Everything is just kind of mocked up in place. I don't think any of it is glued in yet. And you can see up here on the driver's hand top part of the roof, you can see that we're missing the edge there. That's completely rotten out. There's a new lower cross member, new corner, new center of the windshield, and new right hand post. And the left hand, or the passenger side, has some rust damage too. Now those aren't available the coupe side, but you can buy the convertible one, or you can fabricate stuff by hand. I've done that and I have videos on that. Now you can see a little better where they cut the fiberglass hinge pillar for some reason. I think the guy that did this was pretty good with metal, but maybe not as familiar with fiberglass. There's some kind of a weird crack or repair on the firewall. They may have just put epoxy on it. I would probably pull that plenum off and hand lay some fiberglass in there just to make sure that that's solid. And it looks like at the bottom here, again, it looks like they just sat there and ground off materials so they could weld and do work, and all that did was bring in surface rust. I'm guessing they put a little lower piece on the bottom of this hinge pillar, and like in this area and maybe over here, and that's why it looks rusty. Over here you can see a little scab where they put a bottom on the hinge pillar there. They cut off a little bit of the rocker to get access. You know, that's fine. I think the car was decent enough that they were able to get by with that. And you can see that, you know, we have the new metal in here that I also sell on my website for the windshield frame. The back of the car looks pretty sanitary besides just the rust marks from it sitting outside. And someone decided, I don't know why they did this, they decided to build a little tube fixture to hold the body while they did the repair work. But I don't know who needs to hear this, but metal has a strong end, like metal tubing has a strong direction and a weak direction. Whenever you're building a beam, like a deck, you don't put your beam like this, or you're building a house, you don't put your joists like this, you tip them up. on the side. This is the strong direction. Well, they laid all their metal down. They got like 1x2 and they laid it the wrong way. So although it's a metal structure, this is the wrong way to support a body. You're gonna, especially if you're doing windshield work, door work on a coupe, this thing is going to get floppy on you, and unfortunately you're going to get wrong door gaps. So to fix this, I think this car had a bad frame, and maybe they built this to try to support it while they found a new frame. But what I would do is take that structure off, bolt it down with the right body bushings on the chassis, fit the doors, fit the roof, and then start fitting your windshield pieces before you weld it in. You will need the Mid-Year Mitch windshield spacers, and you can see this metal was facing the wrong way. Again, my buddy didn't do this. He got it like this. You know, there's a little gusset here, but there's not a lot holding the back from sagging, which I really don't like. They got like a B plus for effort, I'll say. Looking at the back of the quarter here, you can see these probably original quarters, but this one is mudded up. And by the bumper bolt hole, you can see that where there's a little provision that would go into the bumper, it kind of ends right before the hole. It should end after the hole. You can see there's a glob of something there. So that one has been patched up. It's really not a big deal. A lot of them are. And this is what it should look like. You can see how much further it goes past. Looks like somebody may have done a light patch there. That one was done better. A lot of times they get broken out. The bumpers get tapped and it busts up the body. And you can see, looks like we got a 1 2 1 1 1 1 1 2 1. I don't know. We have some kind of numbers written on the body here. A little bit of fiberglass rot. That's kind of common for that area. So I don't know if like a brake got hot, tire got hot, or what. But there's a little bit of rot here that just needs ground out. The loose hairs need removed, and then you can just fiberglass over it. You could even use a fiberglass filler if it doesn't go the whole way through. Smooth that up, shoot some paint on it, you know, good as new. But most likely this car is going to become a resto mod. You're going to cut all that stuff out anyways. And you can see all this stuff is screwed in place. That's a good place to leave it right now. But I would take these door bars out and fit the doors. There's no way that you can just, you know, mock this up without fitting doors on a coupe. You're out of your mind if you think you can accomplish that, because the way the coupe doors are, there's so many compound curves and the parts don't quite fit the way that the original ones do. These are great reproductions. I sell them, but they still require some fitting, and coupes are all a little different. And if this car was, you know, wrecked at one point, something could be a little tweaked. But you can see we have a pile of parts, bumpers, the headlight stuff, core support. There's a plenum. I believe this could have been an AC car. I don't remember. We have some new hinge pillars, bonding strips, hood, exhaust valance, and some chunks of fiberglass that have nut plates on them. So look, I'm guessing, I didn't see the other side, these might be dynamic parts, new reproduction parts. And we have a pair of doors, 67 doors, and they are, you can see, they are power window doors. There's a regulator in it, and it's a power window. So those are kind of a nice find. I think in the listing he said that he had this chassis that came with it, not the original chassis that he could provide for some extra. It's got a little hole here in the end cap, but it looks pretty nice. It was from I believe a running car that got resto modded. So, you know, you could, it's a 350 horse. It's a good engine. Got the Z-bar, you know, that's his number there. But this was a pretty solid project. It's got the stuff that you want. Everybody's always asking, find me a coupe. Where's a coupe? I need a coupe. I want a coupe. Well, here's a coupe. And if you didn't contact him soon enough, you missed out on your opportunity for a coupe, because I think it might already be sold by the time I'm making this. But I wanted to show you this coupe because I thought it was an interesting piece. Now, whenever you're putting the roof back on this car, I would make sure you fit the doors to fit the windshield frame, put the bonding strips, mock the bonding strips up for the roof panel on, and put the roof skin on. Make sure everything fits before you attempt to glue the roof skin on, because you may have to tweak it one way or another to make the doors fit just the way that you want to. And you're going to want to make sure that you fiberglass both sides of the roof skin where that seam is, or you can try to put a bonding strip underneath it. Does anybody else get bothered by this thing? Just kind of gets in the way of rolling through the pictures. But you can see that this right here, there's nothing behind it. So there's going to have to be some butt welds, and you're going to have to make some pieces, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's got some rust. There's a reason they pulled the roof skin originally. but it looks like it has original rockers because it has the 3 rocker tabs. It's a pretty decent car all in all for a 67 coupe. I mean, if I didn't have a daytime job, I was working on this full time, I could probably have this windshield frame and the roof skin back on with the doors fit on a chassis in like a week or two. You know, it's not, the hardest part would be seeing what parts you need to fabricate by hand, but actually getting it fit, it looks like he may have done some of the tweaking and testing. I would just want to check his work and then make sure a windshield fits in it. But it's really not bad. I mean, this is a good one to find. It also depends, you know. The pictures underneath showed that the taillight panel and all that stuff looked pretty nice, but you never know when something's in primer. But this one looks respectable to me. I think it's a good car. If it's not sold, I think I showed you the listing at the beginning, so it may pop back up on eBay again if it wasn't sold, if it was taken down because of some error or by mistake, or someone had to buy it now and backed out. I really don't know. But it's pretty darn solid. It's hard to find cars like this. This is a good one that you could restore. It's still in good enough shape, but you could also rest and mod it and not have to worry. And there's the same little burned or damaged rotten fiberglass on this side too. So, you know, coupes are getting hard to find. I think a 67 coupe is the second best thing to a 63 coupe in terms of resto mod resale value. So, you know, it's pretty darn good. So, pretty complete. Just needs a front end. Honestly, once you have the front end and you put all this stuff together, you've got a body for, you know, a 67 coupe for not all that much. I think it was almost 20 grand whenever I saw it last, whenever I decided to sit down and make a video, but then I was gone. But, you know, there's some good parts here. You're going to need some stuff like a dash and trim and seats and, you know, door panels. But if you're building a resto mod or a restoration, you're going to buy new door panels anyway. You know, you can find trim that's polished and they reproduce some of that. Seats, if you're going resto mod, you're going to throw custom seats in it anyways. They make reproduction consoles. The rear floor you're going to cut out, so you know you don't care about carpet kits, and you're going to put custom stuff in it anyways. So a lot of people get bent out of shape about, oh, it's missing these 3 parts. It's going to be so hard to restore. It doesn't make any sense. It's like, just find one complete. Well, you either take a long time to find one that's complete, or you know, you have to spend a lot of money. One or the other. You can't just, they're not everywhere. People say find them in junkyards. Well, what junkyards? I mean, this is not 1974. They're not everywhere. You know, you gotta get what you can get, and this was a pretty good one in my opinion. There are firewall bonding strips here, so that makes me wonder if the whole firewall was removed or they were planning on removing it. Because from what I could see, it looked like the firewall was still attached. So maybe they planned on... Wait, how did they do this? They somehow, maybe the windshield frame was, I didn't even catch that. The windshield frame must have been so rotten that they were able to remove the firewall, the windshield frame from the firewall, because you can see, yeah, I didn't catch that. So, for your information, those bonding strips I pointed out go on top of the lower windshield frame. They fit on there, and they pop rivet to it, and then the firewall glues to it. Yeah, whoever was doing this did not understand Corvettes. A for effort, but, you know, I'd say a C for execution, because you're going to need to pull that. They may have used the firewall to help fit the windshield frame, which is valid, but to do it right, you need to break the seam from the firewall to the floor pan. The firewall needs to come off to give you access to be able to weld this windshield frame on, and then after it welds on, you attach the bonding strip, and then you glue the firewall on. You could try to do it the other way around, but that's, you know, that's not the way I would do it, as you guys probably know. So, you know, it was started. I would 100% check over their work, because they were not familiar with Vettes, and they sure got her started, but they didn't finish her. They got her, you know, they got it started. These door bars are, I mean, that's going to keep the body from flexing. The little bar that goes up to the roof, I mean, that's fine and all, but it's not really triangulated. I mean, you bump this and it changes the height of the roof. So I wouldn't trust any of this. You know, as soon as I would get this car to my house, pull off this frame, throw that in the scrap pile, put the body on the chassis, take these off, throw those in the scrap pile, bolt the doors on, and the doors will tell you everything you need to know. Unfortunately, it looks like they put new gutters on it, but then they cut the end of the gutter off. So did they throw the end of the gutter off? Because you need that. Those are like $700, and if they just cut the end off and threw that out, wait, you gonna buy another set? I don't know what they were doing. Not my car. I didn't do it. Someone can fix it. I could fix it. It wouldn't be that hard. If anybody that does, if you're watching this and you did buy this car, I could help you fix this car. You have to get on my schedule, which is in next year at this point, late next year, if that. But it's a good car to fix. I think it'd make a great resto mod. It would make a great restoration. It's just, you know, someone was a little over their head and then they realized it and then they punted, which is probably good they punted before they got too far. All they did was mock stuff up. You know, if you do buy this and you want to do it yourself, watch my other videos on how I do it to make sure you understand the process. Check out my Facebook group on Facebook for Corvette Birdcage and fiberglass repair work. There's lots of stuff on there to help, and post your questions and pictures and we will be sure to help you out on there. There's some good folks that are pretty responsive whenever I myself am not the most responsive. So check that out. This can be a good car. It's just going to take a little bit of work, and if you're watching this channel, you probably aren't afraid of that type of work. You're not afraid to get your hands dirty, and you're not afraid to save these cars, because some people think if the car has a little bit of, you know, metal work done to it, or if it has a new front end put on, it may as well be put in the crusher because it's not NCRS, because it's not original panels, and it's worthless. But that's total hogwash, because most of these cars have had front ends put on, taillight panels, quarter panels, birdcage work. A lot of cars have been spliced down the middle. It doesn't really matter, you know. You can make a nice car out of it in the Misfit. You saw how that car started out from like 30 different cars, and that car brought a whole lot of money. A lot more than if it would have been an NCRS car, I'll tell you that much. So I think we're going to call it here. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. Let me know what you think about this project. Would you take on something like this? It's not as dramatic as some of the other mid-year Mitch projects that you've seen in the past, but you know, you're certainly getting into it, and it's easy to go wrong, but if you follow the right steps, I think you can get it right. So give me your input. I'd be curious to know, because I'm in my own little isolated island here where I look at this stuff and I'm like, yeah, I could fix that. That's no problem to me. So let me know what you think. If you guys have any other projects or any other projects you would like to see me review, let me know, and I'll be sure to try to make a video on it, fit it into my schedule. So I got a lot of work to do. I'll catch you guys later.